produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Sommer Marie.
And this is...
It's movie time.
It sure is. Yorgos Lanthimos.
What?
Listen, if you think that director's name is strange,
this movie.
how about the killing of a sacred deer? I mean,
Wow.
believe me, it's going to take longer than we have to explain all of this.
This movie is so bizarre. I feel like this movie wants to be the evil stepbrother of Wes Anderson, but like fails.
Yes, it is. It is.
Bizarre.
I mean, the best connection I can think of is his previous film called... That's our set. I knew it was dangerous having her in the show.
Yeah, I think it's because of the sacred deer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Well, I'm thinking of the connection with The Lobster, with Colin Farrell.
Which I was a really big fan of.
Yes. Because
it was a clear allegory. The tone was very distinctly dark, bizarre. There was no mistaking. It wasn't straddling real life, and yet it was a great metaphor for life.
Yes.
However, this...
You don't find this metaphoric? I think the kid even says it, doesn't it, at one point?
Yeah.
When he's... it's an invasion. He is invading the family, and when he is torturing them, then he bites himself, I think, and he says it's metaphoric.
Well, so there's a family, right, and the father, Colin Farrell, Stephen, is a surgeon.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't do a great job on his kid's father, because his father dies in surgery. Yeah. And that's why this guy, who is played by Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, a very creepy kid.
Yeah, perfect.
Farrell's wife is the very lovely Nicole Kidman, who plays an ophthalmologist. These people have it made, which of course is made for satire.
Exactly.
I mean, they're beautiful, pristine, clinically perfect home, like the hospital that surely came right out of Stanley Kubrick.
The most beautiful, futuristic hospital I've ever seen.
I know, and it's empty.
Totally, everyone's not
just sick. Like the house. The house has no bric-a-brac, nothing.
Nothing. Super immaculate.
Right. And they have strange things like their lovemaking ritual.
Oh yeah. It's like she's a patient in surgery. Is
and she lies down in the bed and he gets excited?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know.
And I don't even think it was her body.
Yeah.
She looked great. As she is, I know.
Very muscular.
But anyway, we're getting her. You see, it's a mess.
It's
crazy. And that's what we are, is a mess. Because we can't even make this coherent.
Well, okay, the interesting thing, and maybe I can rein in it a little bit, is it's about justice, but absolutely not about truth. Right?
Oh, nice.
Because it's about consequences, right?
Yeah.
Ramifications of people's actions. Yeah. This kid wants revenge. He wants an eye for an eye. And yet, that makes everyone start to kind of be, I don't know, we start to question everybody's motives. Even the children who have become paralyzed now. Because of
and eventually bleeding through their eyes.
Yeah.
So if you think this is a horror film, it is slightly
that. It totally is, yeah.
It's,
and it's, this kid has put some sort of hex on them, which is, crazy. This was what's so difficult for me, because it was this not believable, and yet there were these believable moments.
Well, all right.
Yeah, anyway,
Sommer, listen. This is taken from a Greek tragedy, Euripides, Iphigenia, in which Agamemnon makes the mistake of killing the sacred deer of Artemis, the queen of the forest, the hunt, the queen of the hunt. And to get back at him, she says that he cannot win at the Trojan War unless he sacrifices his daughter, I believe. No, yes, his daughter. It turns out differently in this. But I'm trying to say that what you're suggesting, the strangeness of it, comes because this is an ancient Greek myth that's been massaged for contemporary times.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I wasn't thinking ancient Greek because, I mean, definitely all that's there, which is, I have a question for you about all that. But the title is from the Japanese spotted deer. And if you kill one, because I looked this up.
All right.
Apparently, it had divine qualities.
I
and
love
it was
this.
like against the law to touch them, right?
I love it.
So now we're East meets, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So thank you for shooting down my interpretation.
I'm just saying, both of them are great, and so there's a lot of illusion,
Yes.
a lot of intertextuality going on, and I feel like the same thing was
I
going
got that, Professor, the
Yeah.
intertextuality.
Well,
Nice.
I feel like movies like this and Mother are extremely challenging, but they have these huge stars in them, so they get an audience.
Yes.
And I'm curious what you think about these very challenging premises.
Well, look at
going on now.
No one's going to get wealthy from this film.
Right.
Because everybody's going to tell them how strange it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you and I sat there, and I think we enjoyed it because it was challenging from the open heart surgery in the first shot.
Yeah.
And I'm screaming and going, I hate this. I hate these shots. There's a heart beating, and he's the surgeon.
Yeah.
And of course, there's no heart in this movie at all.
No. And that's the thing, nothing becomes sacred, which is super interesting.
Oh, all right, playing on the title.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
But, so, there are lots of things that were hard to look at from that opening shot. We are quickly aware that, okay, Yorgos, this is not going to be comfortable. And then the sound, the way people eat, the way that kid Martin is eating spaghetti is like, oh.
Oh, it's great. And you're talking sound, there's some grating sound here that makes you want to leave the auditorium. There's also some, like it opens with Schubert, there's also some very beautiful classical music, but this is what, as I recall, Stanley Kubrick used to do. The same kind of thing.
Really.
And so it lulls you, it grates you, it just tosses you all around.
Yeah.
And so that in the end, I don't think we know which way to go, but I am always entertained by the challenge of this.
Yeah.
And also because of the meta themes going on here, like the visitor who changes things.
Right.
You know, that the vengeance theme that you talked about.
Yeah.
I think there are some very universal themes that are treated here, but the circumstance is so strange, even the way they talk.
Yeah, I wanted to, the dialogue is delivered. I felt like it was delivered the way in which a novel, you can put your own, well, they do everything with their eyes. That's why Nicole Kidman and Colin Farrell's so great in this.
Yes, they do. The close-ups are terrific.
The dialogue is monotone, but the eyes do all the work.
Monotone, stilted, formal.
Yeah.
A lot of pauses even between words.
Right.
Very strange. I call it like a colonial language or a use of language. That is very, very formal, very strange, but it adds to the circumstances.
Yeah.
And I love it because when you see this film at the beginning, you say, these people have it made.
Yeah.
They have careers, they have money, they have beautiful kids, they got the whole thing, and that's slowly going to corrode, evaporate.
Yeah, I thought that same thing about the dialogue. Even the children use very formal dialogue. That's what made me think of Wes Anderson.
Yes.
But the sound, all the grating sound is completely just like annihilated at the end. I've been obsessed with now what happens when the credits roll.
Yes.
And there was no music.
Okay.
There was just a weird, I think, sort of like wind blowing or something.
Okay.
I don't know, but there was just nothing, and I thought that was kind of an excellent kind of stark foil to what we just experienced, and yet, I don't know. I don't really know what kind of opinion I have on it.
Well, this movie is called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. We are here to tell you, and this is a very literate audience, this is why we can do this, that this is a challenging, entertaining piece of art.
Conversation. Go to dinner after.
That's going to require you to talk about it. And I think you will be titillated.
If nothing else from Nicole Kidman. Laying on the bed.
Thank you very much. So there are redeeming features besides people's eyes bleeding.
Right.
Sommer Marie Starrett, can you tell me what grade you would award this film?
This is probably grade elevation, or what is it? Grade
inflation.
Inflation.
You are always worried about that.
The B.
All right, and I would have to say, unfortunately, that's the grade I'm going to award it.
Okay.
What's the matter with us? Is
I
this
don't know.
also
We're just
absurd and
too-
surreal?
It is.
The show, do you think?
Yeah.